You are listening to an original message from the reader currently known as Jason Ashanti McDaniel of Madam Jason's Tarot. Hi, you guys. I know I'm a little bit behind on my posting schedule. I've been really, tired recently. Yesterday was my grandma's 71st birthday, and I am caregiving for her, so that yesterday was a pretty busy day. I know it's actually Saturday, and I was supposed to post the 15-minute for this week on Saturday, but the good thing is tarot is timeless, so even if I have like a schedule that I like to do, it's gonna come into fruition whenever it's supposed to. So I am gonna do these two videos right now and do a 15-minute for you guys. For September's 30-minute readings, I want to do love readings. Last month I did money readings. Everybody wants to know about money, love, and protection. So this, for September, we're going to do love readings for the 30 minutes. And I think in October, I guess I'll do something related to your spirit team, or what do you need to know as far as protection, or your spirit guides, or messages that passed on loved ones might want to tell you, or something like that. But I just want to start off by saying the last quick video that I did, that was just an informational video to break up the monotony of just doing readings, was why some readers, including myself, are reversals enthusiasts. I just want to preface this video by saying I'm not competing with anybody. I'm not here to, the purpose of me doing that video wasn't to be like, oh, you're not a real reader if you don't do reversals. Or I'm so tired of people in the tarot community getting into arguments over things that are small, that are just preferences. It doesn't matter if you do all upright cards, if you flip your deck to get reversals. It doesn't matter if you've been doing for tarot for 1 year, for 20 years, whatever. All of us have collectives, or all of us have people who are going to resonate with our readings. So either you're going to like the way how I do my readings or not. I'm not here to tell somebody else that what they're doing is wrong, or I don't need people to talk me down either. But that video was just basically about why I value reversals. I didn't really start feeling like my readings were resonating with me until I started flipping my deck to get reversals. And that's why I said it's important to do that. One benefit of doing that is so your reading doesn't come off 100% like it's all positivity, and then people get mad when their stuff doesn't come into fruition. It's because maybe the lens that you were looking at it. If you have experience with tarot, no matter how many years you've been doing it, I can do all uprights too, and I would know if something was a negative energy or not, because it's all about your intuition energy. But for the sake of seeing the spread and being a visual person, that's why I do reversals. But that's kind of related to these next two videos that I'm doing. So some of you, you're like really esoteric and you watch my channel. Some of you, like, I've just met you and we started chopping it up. I told you that I did tarot or whatever, and you might casually watch my videos. So some people who have their intuition developed a little bit more, or who know how to manifest better, might be having their readings coming into fruition more than other people. So I do have notes here on the 5 most common reasons why your readings aren't coming into fruition. It really kind of seems like common sense, but then again, it's not, because a lot of people watch tarot continuously and they're like, okay, so is the reader lying to me? Am I being fed toxic positivity, or are these things really going to happen for me, or are they even possible for happening? So here are the 5 most common reasons why your readings may not be coming into fruition. The first reason, and I cannot stress this enough, there are people who watch tarot chronically and they don't get this. If a reading is not coming into fruition for you, maybe that was not your reading, or maybe most of it was not directed to you. I know when you're sitting down looking at your phone, your TV, your iPad, whatever you like to watch YouTube on, it feels one on one. It feels like the reader is directing everything towards you, but it's a collective reading. I have to keep on telling people most tarot readers online do collective readings. And even when it comes to things that you don't want to hear about in your reading, the reader's not directing things directly towards you. The reader's saying whatever they feel like they need to say, and it's going to hit or miss with whoever knows that part was for them. But one of the most common reasons why your readings aren't coming into fruition is because it's not your reading. So I'm going to try to use examples of real life things that I've seen or things that have happened to me. There are plenty of times when I watch, like, one of my favorite readers is nobody knows her name because she doesn't really share it, but she has two channels. One is called Feline Intuition and the other one is called Feline Intuition 1111. Almost all of her readings talk about women having two love choices, like two men coming after them. I haven't seen any man come after me, and I know that that part either isn't for me, or it's something that might happen in the future, or something that doesn't or something that's going on behind the scenes that I don't know. And I have enough intuition to know, okay, so maybe that reading wasn't for me, or this reading sounds like it's more so my energy. But you really have to take what resonates and leave the rest. There are readings where, watch readings all the time when people talk about their fear of dating bisexual men. And that's not something that relates to me because I'm not afraid of bisexual men. There was actually a point in time when that was what I was looking for, and I ended up meeting my twin instead. So you really have to take what resonates and leave the rest. Some of my readings, it really doesn't matter who's watching it, but there will be some readings where, okay, on this Aquarius horoscope, I feel mostly black people. On this Aquarius horoscope, I feel mostly white people. So when I draw from specific black experiences or queer experiences, that part is not for you. The second reason why your readings aren't coming into fruition is because you're not well, let me see. Two of these might have to go together. So the number two is you're not manifesting properly as far as your belief. So there are a lot of people that I come into contact with who are like, yeah, I think astrology's fun. I think it kind of explains people's personalities a little bit, but I'm not super into it. Same thing goes with spirituality and religion. There are some people who are going to be more into the faith than other people. And it's like, if you don't even have the basic quality of believing readers, trusting readers, believing that good things can happen to you, you're not going to manifest anything. It's kind of like, and I don't even judge atheist people or anything like that. The reason why I kind of converted to spirituality over religion is because I like how spirituality doesn't have like a set of rules, and how, when you're spiritual, you could just take what resonates and leave the rest, like I was talking about in point one. But it's like, you ever notice how people who don't believe in God, they keep on getting more and more situations that help them confirm that bias, and also people who already believe in something or have faith in something keep on having more and more synchronicities, more reasons to trust, what they're seeing. So another reason why I feel like people's lives are not matching their readings, or their lives are not matching the lives that they want for themselves, is because they don't have enough faith. Number three, why your readings aren't coming into fruition, is because circumstances change. I have a specific example for this one. One thing that I learned the hard way during my dark night of the soul was moving in silence. But this is something that has already happened, so I feel okay with saying this. Plus, whether or not I'm with my twin flame or not, that's you know, my thing, that's my business, that's my destiny. So even if someone was sending me negative energy or talking about what I'm putting on social media, I know that there's nothing that other people can do to hurt me. But I think it was really early this year or late last year, I found out that my twin flame was doing an art contest. And some readers that I watch say that if you miss your twin flame and you can pick up on them and you know that they miss you, it's okay to break contact. I have mixed feelings about that because it could go either way. You really have to detach from that. But I kept on doing personal readings for myself. The first personal reading came out very positive energy, and then I started downing. But the reading basically said, if you reach out to him, things are going to go well because he misses you, he's still attracted to you, and you could possibly win. Maybe not first place because he probably didn't want to be biased and giving me first place because I'm his ex, but the first reading basically said, you're going to win this contest. I kept on doubting and I kept on doing personal after personal, and it was pretty much the same thing, but the reading started to get more complex. It was because that was the first reading that I did was a possibility of something that really had the probability of happening then and there, but circumstances change, and I'm okay with that. To this day, whenever I'm doing personals for myself, like this whole year, I've still been getting that same Six of Wands, Sun card, Ten of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune energy. Like, and there are other competitions that I have put myself into. So it's like that energy of being blessed and being lucky is timeless. Even when I first got into tarot, I kept getting messages of that. So that is a timeless message, and if it may not come into fruition through my twin or through that particular circumstance, I'm not going to get down because I know that that same energy could just be transported to another timeline. Which brings me to point number 4. Your readings might not be coming into fruition because it's just not time yet. So one reader that I used to watch a lot was, what was her name? Her name was Becca. She has multiple channels too. One of them was Lumen Tarot, and I'm going to link all the people that I mentioned. Lumen Tarot, and then she has like a Lightworker channel, NewVue Tarot. So late last year and the beginning of this year, Becca kept saying, especially for the cancers, because she's a cancer and she does a lot of readings for cancers too. She kept saying over and over to the Cancer Collective, you're gonna move, baby, you're gonna move. And she would say it in like every reading that I would watch. What's the probability or the coincidence of you watching multiple readers or multiple readings and you keep getting that same message? So I was like, okay, me and my family, my brother, my 2 parents, we were crammed up in a tiny apartment, and I have no shame in revealing this information to you because this is a testimony and I'm not prideful. But, and even my family, like, sometimes they watch my videos, but even my family could testify that that situation we were in was not cool at all. It was my parents, me, my brother. We were crammed up in a tiny apartment. Most of the stuff in the apartment was my mom's. My mom and my dad kept going on and off of their relationship, which was stressing and annoying me and my brother. That apartment had so much negative energy in it. And even like my readings back then were a little bit more angry and a little bit like, it was just different than how I run my channel now. And then on top of that, our landlord was one of those MAGA people, so her energy, like her maintenance guy, he had like a "fuck off, we're full" sticker on the back of his car, and I think he ripped the middle finger part off because, you know, he has to be professional. But it was like, that was the energy of our landlords. We would literally pile everybody, this is everybody in that apartment complex, bags and bags of stinky garbage outside like we were in New York or something. Like, they would not pick up the garbage, and when people tried to take their garbage out to themselves by themselves and dump it in the trash can, the landlords would get mad at that. And so their solution was to put little garbage cans in front of everybody's door, but those would pile up quickly. And just like all of my neighbors were just terrible people. The people that moved in across from us were always getting into drama, and then there was just like everybody else around us was just so rude. People wouldn't clean up the lint traps in the laundry room. It's like everything about that situation was low vibrational. And I had so many reasons not to trust that good things could happen to me, but I told myself, you know what? I know how to manifest. I'm a person that does and watches tarot, that knows how to manifest. And if Becca says that this is going to happen for my family, and if I've been praying to my spirit guides for this to happen to my family, it's going to happen to my family. And guess what? We moved here in March of this year. So it happened months after Becca did that video, that first video that I watched where she kept on saying like the whole moving thing over and over again. The first time I heard that synchronicity, it was months ago. And she might have even did that video for current energy, but it came into fruition whenever it was supposed to come into fruition for me. People need to realize when readers do collective readings, I'm pulling on the energy. Let's say I'm doing a Virgo horoscope for September. I'm pulling on the energy of people who are coming to my channel now, people who were already subscribed, people who are going to subscribe in the future, people from Africa, Sweden, Stockton, California, New York, LA, all over the place. And when you have a collective of people that flock to your channel, even from like a 3D algorithm sense, the main messages of the reading are going to resonate with everybody in the collective, some more than others. So that's the main message. So the descriptive things, like the specifics of, this is what you look like, or this is how you can tell personally that this reading is for you, and the time period in which it happens for different people is going to be different. And I see this in other people's channels too, with their comment section. People will be like, people who have like thousands or 10,000, 100,000 subscribers, there'll be like 20 comments in the comment section of this is what's happening to me now. Other people are probably mad because it hasn't happened to them yet, but you really just have to have faith. And also, number 5 is very big too. One of the biggest reasons why your readings aren't coming into fruition is because you're not doing enough shadow work. This one is going to hurt. Honestly, all these points are going to hurt, and I'm not doing this to hurt anybody's feelings, but I really want you guys to understand tarot. And if you watch my channel all the time, I really want you to understand why I do what I do, which is why I did that reversals video, which is why I'm doing this video, and why I'm going to do the angel number 1 after this. But in the spiritual community, I have met people who, every time they have a problem with their money, like especially if they're a business owner, instead of taking the time to sit down and journal what you need to do for your business, people will light red candles for the root chakra, or they'll just put money on an altar at their shop, but they won't do 3D things. You can get all the readings in the world about how your twin flame is coming back to you, but if you're not doing shadow work, if you're not examining your childhood trauma, your attachment styles, if you're not being patient and understanding the previous points of how it may not happen when you want it to, if you're not being busy by working on self-care, working on whatever financial pursuit you want to do, you could watch tarot till the day you die. But if you're not doing anything physically to help your readings come into fruition, because it's half 3D things of what you can do, and it's half surrendering the rest to the divine, the spiritual aspect, it won't come into fruition with you. I could watch as many readings as I want about how I might possibly be famous or I might go viral, but if I'm not constantly pushing out content, or if I'm not transmuting the energy or balancing my sacral chakra to come up with the creative ideas, that's on me. It's not going to happen unless I have the drive, unless I'm working with the divine on this. Even when I was Christian, people would always say that you kind of co-create your life with God. So it's the same thing when you're spiritual. You might have a lot of readings back to back from different readers about how there are so many men or there's so many women or people that want to be with you, but if you're not doing things like joining your local book club, going to the library, going to the bar, going to the club, trying dating apps, just trying. The universe really just wants to see if you're trying most of the time, and it keeps on testing you until your nervous system is ready to receive what you want. So this is kind of a quick video. There's probably a lot more that I'm going to edit in here. Hopefully this will give you a little bit of clarity. If there's anything else that you want me to expand upon, you could put that down in the comment section. I do always set my comments. I started doing this recently. You can only comment if you've been subscribed for a day or more. So that doesn't force people to subscribe, because you know, if you don't want to subscribe, I'm perfectly okay with that, because I want people who want to be here on my channel. But I just kind of do that because that's my way of like sort of filtering out like the negativity of the comment section. So it's not because I don't want to hear people's opinions or anything. But if you're already subscribed, you could leave a comment or a question on a specific point or help me to expand on it a little bit more if you still need more. And then I always like edit text as I'm editing the video. So the video that I'm gonna do next is what the big deal is with angel numbers. Like, why do I put angel numbers or timestamps in my videos? Why are esoteric people so hard on for angel numbers? What's the big deal about it, and how can angel numbers be such a small thing that can really help you during your esoteric or spiritual journey? So if you like this video, if you felt like it was helpful, or if you agree with any of the points, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.